Hello guys, hello folks. Good afternoon to all. Yes guys, can anyone please confirm if I'm audible? Good afternoon. Thank you, Jay. Hope everyone had their lunch. Crystal clear, audible. Thank you, Prathamesh. Okay, great guys. So let's wait for until 2:10 till everybody joins. Then we can start with the session. No, sir. No lunch yet. Why? First thing is, I don't want any one of you to sacrificing your lunch, okay, for the class. Kushi, you as well. Sir, will there be a project session? No, guys. Tomorrow you will be having an AMA session. So AMA session, it's like ask me anything. So if you have any doubts from Monday till today, you can ask tomorrow. Okay, it will be for like 1 hour. So please join so you can get the solution for all your queries. Okay. Sir, please repeat yesterday's topic of downloading a dataset from Kaggle. Okay, let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible, right? Yes. So after having come here, you have to type in a Kaggle. Okay. So right after you're clicking on the Kaggle, first thing is you have to register or sign up. So right after signing it up, you can go and then sign in. So since I've already been signed up, I want to sign in with my Google. Okay, so this is where it's like a, what do you say? It's like a community where people can come use multiple data sets or models, do coding as well here as well. Okay, now after having come here, right to your left hand side, you'll be able to see data sets. Okay, so click on that. Now after having come here, okay. Now after having come here, you can directly type in the data set that you want. Like if you want to have any kind of data set related to education or any kind of computer vision NLP like this, you can directly type in here. Since I have done it like yesterday, I've done it with lung cancer, right? Now if you want to do a project on like diabetes, okay. So diabetes data sets, you can directly type in that. So automatically you will be having the data set. So after having come here, so the first thing is you have to check for the filters like relevance. Is it the most downloaded one or most ones or the hotness one? So once it is done, you can click on that. So after having clicked, here you will be able to see this download button, right? But before that, what you need to do, you have to have your data set, right? So where will you get the data set? Right below the about this data card, you will be able to find this diabetes.csv, and this in this you will be able to find all the details like what are all the columns that we have. Okay, how many values that this particular glucose column has. So in this way, so by default, if you have like 20 columns, okay, if you have 20 columns, it will only show you 10 columns. Okay, now if you want to have everything, you have to select this, click this drop down, then select all. Okay, here as well, if you're not sure, if you don't want to use a particular column, you can just unselect them. Okay, and then download it. Is it clear? Now apply it, then you'll be able to click this download button. So once you've been click this, next what you have to do, you have to Google Colab, you have to go to Google Collaborate. Let me download this. Now it's been downloaded. Now let me open my Google Colab. So on this, let me go to my open a new drive, notebook and drive. Okay, I think my screen is not visible. So after having come here, what is the first thing? You have to some given name, right? Now after having done that, now you have to upload your data set, right? So how will you do it in Google Colab? You have to come to this files button icon, click on that. So after having that, if you have uploaded your file, okay, in your Google Drive, you can directly mount it. Okay, just by clicking it. Next, if you have to upload from your file directory, you have to click this. So this will redirect you to your file directory. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just double click it or open it. Automatically, my data will be stored here. Now, if I want to read out this, how will I read it? First is I have to import my pandas, right? So now I've done. Now after having done that, now if I want to read this, let's do a df. Okay, how will I read that? I'm going to use pd. I'm going to use pandas and then dot. So what will I do? I'm going to do with the pandas. I'm going to read the CSV file. So if I want to have a CSV file, you can have this read underscore CSV. Or if you have Excel file, okay, that is Excel SX format, then you have to mention here Excel. Is it clear? Now, between these, inside these brackets, you have to mention the path of your file. So how will you get the path? Just by clicking on the three buttons, you will be able to see this copy path. So just click that and then paste it here. Is it clear? And then run it. So automatically, now if you want to see your columns on the data, then you'll be able to do this. Is it clear? So this is a way. I hope it's clear, right? So this is not any kind of Sir, I'm confused about the after session work of 2 hours. Can you please explain it again? You'll get to say it by next week because you will have to complete some self-paced courses in our platform itself. Okay. This is not a test. I just guided, I think, Kushi or someone how to download the data set from Kaggle and then upload the same thing in Google Colab and then read that set. Just a moment. So is it clear? So that was just a way how you can download from Kaggle and then upload the same thing in your Google Colab and then run it. Okay. So can you show the steps of Kaggle? There is not much Kushi. What you have to do is sign up. You have signed up. You have to go to the data sets and then type in which domain. If you want to have a data set of particular domain, in be it in education or any kind of finance, you just type that. Default, you will get all the related data sets. And you can go and then click on the download button by selecting the your preferred columns. Okay. I hope it's clear, right? Everyone. So can we start with the session? So until last class, what did we learn? We learned about what do you say? NumPy and then pandas, right? So today we are going to learn about Matplotlib. So any idea what is this Matplotlib? Yes, I have not shared anything. I have shared my screen. Yes, before that, I want to get some inputs from you as well. First thing, hope everyone had their lunch, right? If you didn't have, please you can grab something by yourself and then have it. Because I don't want anyone to sacrifice your lunch because of class. Yes, given that, yes, guys. So what do you understand by this a Matplotlib? So it is used for visualization of data in a graphical form, correct? Representation, visual representation. Yes, drawing charts on screen. Yes. Yes, guys. So it's a Python library where we are going to use to draw some visualization from the data, right? So before we dive into the charts, first thing is there are so many charts available, right? How many charts do you all know? What are the different types of charts you know? Everyone knows line chart, line chart, pie chart, bar graph, histogram. Yes, but every chart has its own use case, right? Meaning, if a particular use case occurs, you have to use this only. You have to use only pie chart, or you have to only use bar chart, isn't it? It is not that just because you have some different types of charts, you'll be using the same chart. You'll be using the same chart for everything, isn't it? It is not that like, right? So before we diving into anything, so what we can do is, yes, you can do it. Kaggle in Kaggle as well, so you can do it. So yes, guys. So we'll do one thing. I'll first. Uh, Yesterday I told you about this, right? So we're going to do some exploratory data analysis. So what are we trying to do? We're going to explore how is our data, like how are the data present in our like in a table or in a data set, how are they related to each other? Okay, what are the insights that we are going to get from our data sets? So if you want to get to know, what we have to do is we have to get into this. Yes, Kushi, just a moment. I'm going to share. So first thing is we have to learn about the use cases, why we have to use this only particular bar chart or only pie chart. For that, what we have to do is we have to learn each case. So let me first share my screen. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Yes. Hope my screen is visible to all. Yes. So what are we going to become? Just a moment. Yes, is my screen visible, guys? Yes. So can we go ahead? So in the learn itself, we are having this, right? Yes, I'm going to share. Don't worry. So exploratory data analysis. So let's split that. We are going to explore our data, okay, for our further analysis. So let's consider we took an example of preparing a biryani, right? So when you're going to prepare a biryani, you need all the raw materials like chicken, what is that, chicken, rice, everything. It is not that आप सभी सब्जी लेने के बाद सभी चिकन लेने के बाद you directly get into cooking. No, right? You will definitely do some pre-processing technique, right? Like कुकिंग करने के पहले ही अब क्लीन करना है, सभी चॉप करना है, ये सभी करना है ना. So what are these steps? You're preparing your data so that you will have a good quality of biryani, isn't it? The similar way, once you have your data, you have to explore what is your data about, or what are the columns you have, okay? How are these columns related to each other? So if you want to get to know, we have to learn about this exploratory data analysis, okay? First, let's learn about the different types of charts. So, okay, Aryan, if you're vegetarian, okay, no problem. So if you want to prepare paneer biryani, okay. So it is not that just because you have all the raw materials, you'll not put all every item of yours into cooker, right? We'll definitely cut some, chop some vegetables, okay, slice those, fry those paneer and all, isn't it? These are the pre-processing technique that you'll do, right? So in a similar way, if given any kind of data, you have to make sure you have the good quality of data. Okay, you should not have any kind of missing values or repeated values in this case. Is it clear? So to do explore this, we're going to do this by visualization. So what is this? Exploratory data analysis, right? So in this, so what are we going to do? We are going to become a data detective. So what are we detecting? We are detecting what is there in our data, in our data set, right? So if so what are we going to do? Why do we have to do? Is that we will be able to understand what is the data about. meaning, and also we'll find the patterns. Patterns meaning we'll be able to find what is the relation between two or more columns considered. Okay, and we're also going to spot the weird stuff. What is the weird stuff? You can also think it as like missing values, okay, null values, okay, or like what do you say? You can have a whole column which is not at all accurate, which is not at all needed. Let's consider you have a seal number or like a roll number which is not at all needed. What will you do? It is better to remove that, right? So in this case, you will be doing. So the reason that we're going to do this exploratory data analysis is once you have the unstructured data, you'll not be having a good quality data. Okay, just getting into this exploratory data analysis, what we will be able to do is, so in this we will be able to analyze what is the data about. Okay, हमारा पास रहने का डेटा सेट क्या हमको पता रहा है, राइट? इसको समझने के लिए हम एक्सप्लोरेटरी डेटा एनालिसिस को जानते हैं. Okay, so what is it here? It's like the detective for your data set. Okay, now to do this, there are like two super tools. Okay, is it clear? So one is Matplotlib and the other one is Seaborn. So Matplot is a general, what is a simple form where simple tool where you can draw multiple charts or graphs. Okay. Now, if you want to add some more, what is it? Customization. Okay, you want to make your chart more beautiful, or like more, what is it? Colors, adding colors, doing all the stuffs like formatting kind of thing. Then you got to use this Seaborn. Okay. So there are two tools. This is not the only tool. There are so many tools, but among them, these are the two main tools available. Okay. Now coming to bar chart. So what does this bar chart represent? So bar chart, as everyone knows. So if we have any kind of categories, and now you want to find the distribution of them. Okay. Now in that case, what will you do? You're going to use this bar chart, isn't it? So we took an example of what? Like how many friends, like soccer versus basketball. So what are we trying to do? We will be able to see the, what is that? How many people have liking soccer and how many people have liked basketball, isn't it? So what are we trying to do? We are trying to find the count of each category, that is soccer and then basketball. Is it clear? So if you see, either you can have this bar chart as horizontal way or in vertical way. Is it clear? So why do we have to have that? It is to compare, or it is to count, okay, in each category. What is the sale or what is the average? Okay, if you want to find that, considering the categories, then we can go with this bar chart. Is it clear? So next we have histograms. So what are histograms? Histograms are nothing but if you want to find the frequency of a particular range. Okay, here range can also be called as this. What I said, bins. Is it clear? Now, if you want to find the people, let's consider in your class. In your class, you want to find how many people are in the age from 15 to 17 and 17 to 19, 19 to 21. Now, if you want to find these kind of ranges, now what are you trying to do? You're trying to group the frequency, the data point that you have, right? In this case, you'll be going on with this histograms. Clear? Clear, guys? Now comes the pie chart. So pie chart is what? It is to represent. So everybody would have definitely used. Okay, just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Just yes, guys, is my screen visible now? Can anyone confirm me? So only one side. Now, is it visible? Yes, yes. Okay, cool, guys. Okay. From where did you not able to see the screen? Just confirm me, where did you not see the screen? From second slide. Okay, let me go from the second slide. Okay, we'll do one thing. I'll go from the first slide. So what are so everybody got to know about this explanatory data analysis, right? So what it's like? It's like the detective for your data, right? So just like we have a detective. So what do you understand by this term detective? So once what do you say? Once a murder has been happened, so what will then the detective will do? He's going to collect all the samples, all the data that he has. Then only he will be able to get some conclusion, right? In a similar way, what we are going to do is we are going to use this EDA to find the patterns in our data. Is it clear? Just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Let me upload my this to Canva. Yes, guys. Hope I'm clearly. Just okay. Just for today, we'll do one thing. I'll just share my PPT slides itself. A lot of problem I'm having. Okay, don't worry. I think my screen is visible now. Yes. So don't worry. I'll share the PPT slides at the end. Okay. So this is where we were like to get into this EDA. There are like two main tools called as Matplotlib and then Seaborn. Is it clear? So Matplotlib is a simple one where I'm going to do the simple graphs. If you want to do some kind of customization or formatting, then I'm going to use a fancy kit. Okay, a Seaborn. So just like you might have some, what do you say, in your mobile phone as well, you will have some kind of editing tools, right? For your image or like video. But if you want to have another thing, okay, where you're going to have so much of features for editing your photos or videos, then you have to then you will be installing a particular app, right? In a similar way, if you want to do any kind of customization or formatting for your what is it, graphs, you can use the Seaborn. Okay. Now let's get into this chart. So what is a chart? And that too a bar chart. So bar chart represents nothing but if you have to represent a particular value, okay, or a particular category, and just count the number of values. Okay. Now what are we trying to do? We are trying to see how different categories, okay, are relating to each other given a particular value, right? So in this case, we took an example of how many friends are going to like the soccer versus the basketball. So in this, what are we trying to do? We are trying to find the means of each of these sport, isn't it? So you're going to use this bar chart when you're going to analyze a particular data in terms of if you have categories. Okay, and here we are going to use this bar chart. You can consider it either horizontally as well as vertically. Okay. Next, we have the histogram. So when do we use histogram? So now if you want to, what is it, find the frequency, okay, or find the count of given a particular range or a group. So in this case, we're going to create bins. Okay, so each of these bins will have a frequency of numbers. Okay, so we took an example of, what do you say, here we took an example of range from 5 to 6 feet tall versus the 6 to 7 feet tall. Yes, so what are we trying to do? See, we are trying to see how many people are below or in the range from 5 to 6 feet if given for 6 to 7, right? So what are we trying to do? We are trying to group the numbers, okay, numbers based on the range. Is it clear? So in this case, we will be creating the bins. So how many bins, if you want to consider, you can mention that. Now comes the pie chart. So everybody would have definitely ate pizza, right? Right. So in this, what are you trying to see? You're trying to see the share. Let's consider we have four people, like three people. Okay. In this three people, let's consider I'll take an example of Aryan, Avinash, and then Jaini Kumar. So let's consider among these three, Jaini Kumar is so, what are you saying? Jaini Kumar, is it? Yeah. Jainil Kumar is so, what is that, athletic. He wants to eat so much of food. So what he will do, all these three will buy a pizza. Okay. Now, since Jainil Kumar is capable of eating half of the pizza, okay, he will have the full half, like the half from the total, from the whole pizza. So other half will be there, right? So that will be cut into two halves. Okay. Meaning what? Ashish, and then I took another name, right? Yeah, yeah, I took other two names, right? So those two people will have a half from the half itself, like the quarter. Okay. So what are we trying to see? We are trying to see Janelle eating 50% of the pizza, while others two having 20% to 25% of the whole pizza, right? Now, in a similar way, if you want to find the shares or the how much is the, what is it, contribution considering as a whole, if you want to find out in terms of percentage, then you're going to use this pie chart. Is it clear? Next comes the box plot. So what is a box plot? It is like, what do you say? It's like a quick summary. Let's consider you have numbers from 1 till 10, and then you have an extra number called as 35. Okay. Now we want to find the summary. So what are the summary has? It's going to have the minimum value, maximum value, middle value is nothing but median that we can consider. The 25% of the data we can consider Q1. Okay. And the 75% that we can consider as the Q3. Okay. And now if you also want to find the outlier. So what is an outlier? Outlier is nothing but a particular value which is not at all belonging, which is not at all aligning with the data that we have. Okay. In the example, if we are able to see, we're able to see in this B, right? So this one represents, so that is -2 will have the minimum one, and the top one will have the maximum one, and the middle one will have this 0, that is median. So this one will have Q3 and this one will have Q1, right? Now if you see to go to this B, so you have this three dots, right? So what are these? These are nothing but the outliers, which is not at all close to this minimum value, and this as well, which is not at all close to the maximum value. Is it clear? So what is this going to give? It is going to give how the whole data that you have is spread across. Is it clear? So next we have pair plots. So pair plots मतलब क्या है? It is to plot. Okay, it is to plot. Yes, in trading we'll discuss later. So what we are going to do is we will be able to analyze the relationship between two columns, okay, or two things. Is it clear? Meaning how is one factor relating to the other. So if you want to find out that, then you're going to use this pair plot. Is it clear? Now, if you take, we took an example of how do age and then snack spending, sleep rate to like relate to each other, meaning you will be finding the relationship between age and then snack, age and then sleep. And in a similar way, you're going to find the snack and then spending, snack and then sleep. Is it clear? So in a similar way, what will you trying to do? You're trying to pair, okay, two features and then find the relationship between them. Is it clear? It is not like one pair. It is inclusive all the columns that you have in your data set. It's clear? So next comes the line chart. So when we'll use this line chart, only if you want to find the trend or if you want to analyze the sales of a particular company from one period to another period. Okay, meaning what? From starting point to ending point. If you want to see the change, okay, over a period of time, then we're going to use this line chart. Is it clear? So here I have to clearly mention, right? So how something changes over the time. Is it clear? So here what have we done? We have drawn a chart, okay, where we are seeing the performance or the sales from one item to the fifth item. How are they being sold? Is it clear? So from one time to another time. Is it clear? Now next comes the scatter plot. So scatter plot means it is to represent how one factor is affecting the other one. Okay, how are they scattered? Is it clear? Let's consider you have what do you say? I took an example of you two sets has of numbers like talk to each other to each one. So what are we trying to do? We will be able to plot considering the two features. Okay, and after plotting it, we will be able to analyze how are these scattered. Are they scattered very close? Like how are they in close to each other? Are they far or they close? So if they are close, then we can check that they have the same similarities or same relationships. Clear? So next comes the heat maps. So what is heat maps? It is just by drawing some visualizations. So in this, you will be able to find the relationships. Okay, in terms of having the if a particular two columns has great relationships, okay, then that will be in the darker color. Okay, while one column will not, well, two columns will not even have any kind of relationship, will not have any kind of impact. So in that case, what we will be having is we will be having a light color. Is it clear? So is it clear, guys? So being a data detective isn't about just cool graphs. Okay. First thing is the plan. So in this, what are we going to do? First, ask the questions. So what do you want to learn from your data? Okay. So you have to choose your use case. If you're going to use histograms, then you have to use this number for the range. Or if you're going to go for bar charts, what is your use case? You need to have some categories, isn't it? Or if you want to find the share or contribution from a particular category, then, and moreover, guys, so when you're going to draw pie chart, make sure you have the categories, okay, below 10 or below 5, okay. But once you have more than 50, like more than 10 and all, it will not give you a accurate answer. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? So looking at one thing, like one feature, okay, be it can be histogram or bar charts. Now if you want to look at two things, okay, then we're going to use scatter plot, box plot as well. Is it clear, guys? So make sure it is not that just because आपके पास चार्ट है तो सभी यूज करने का लिंक नहीं है, ओके, सभी चार्ट का यूज केस रहता है, सो उसको देख के हम यूज करना है. Is it clear? Yes. So why do we need an EDA? So you will feel the data. Meaning what? First thing, you know what is the data about, right? And moreover, if you have any kind of inconsistency in your data, so what will you do? You'll go back and then make all the changes, right? So make sure you're going to do this EDA clearly, because only then your analysis will be clear. So be it in data analytics tools like Power BI, Tableau or anything, or be it in machine learning, in any case, be it in your cooking as well. It is not that just because you have your data in your hand, it's not that you're going to directly use that to your task or your advantage, right? You have to make sure whatever the data that you have, it has to be in a good quality. Is it clear? Yes, guys. Is it clear until now? Any doubts? Yes, Kushi will get this PPTs. Now we have got to know about this exploratory data analysis. Why do we need that? Then we also know about where to what chart to be used and what when to use, isn't it? Now let's draw some couple of charts. Okay, so let me open my Google Colab. Okay, I request everyone to open your Google Colab, guys. So let me go to test in this itself. Yes, let me delete this. I'm going to use Matplotlib. Okay, this is done. Let me go and then take this as well. Right. So first thing is what? You have to mention your uh, notebook name, then followed by you have to connect to the CPU. Isn't it? Hope my screen is visible, right? Anyone please confirm me? Yes. Now let's get into our chart. So first thing, what do you have to do? You have to import your matplotlib, right? So there is a code. Okay. So what does that does? You have to import. Okay, let's type. So we have to import the matplotlib. So matplotlib. Okay, dot pyplot. Okay, this is the code. As now you can mention your ally's name. Okay, by default everybody is going to consider this PLT itself. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to import the matplotlib from this pyplot and then giving an ally's name as PLT. Okay, let's run this. So we have imported. Now since if you want to do any kind of numerical calculations, like what is the library that we're going to use numerical calculations? Aditya, my screen is visible to all. Okay, so can you please check your internet connection? So what is the library that we're going to use if you're going to do any kind of mathematical calculations? Yes, NumPy, right? So let's import that as well. So import NumPy as NP. Okay, so this is done. Now to draw, let's go on with the line chart. Okay, so let's first draw as line plot, a line chart. Go with line plot. Right? So this is done. Now, to draw a line chart, first thing is what? You need two endpoints, right? Like x1 and the next two. So you need to have, make sure guys, let's consider I'm going to have a list. Okay. And this I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. Let's give some space that you will not be able to confuse yourself. Okay. So this is my one list. I'm going to consider another list as well. Hmm. So guys, so the first thing is if you're going to draw a chart, you have to make sure if you're going to give 5 letters, like 5 data points in X in one list and 3 items in next list, it won't happen. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to give the same number of elements, be it in both the columns, sorry, both the, what do you say, a variable. Okay. So next, what have I done? Two data points, right? One is X and the other one is Y. Now, if I want to draw, guys, is it the same? Is my screen visible to all? Can you please confirm? Yes. Couple more responses would be good. Yes, visible, visible. Okay, then I think what is her name? Aditya. Aditya, can you please check because others are able to see? Now, if I want to draw, okay, the line chart, what I will do is I'm going to first import my PLT, that is my matplotlib. So with this, what I'm going to do, if you're going to draw a line chart, okay, there has to be some keyword, right? So the keyword is plt.plot. So whenever you're going to use this plot, this shows that you're going to draw a line chart or a line plot. Okay. So in this, now with what are you going to draw your line chart? You have to give your coordinates, right? X-axis and Y-axis. So that is this X followed by your Y, right? So this is done. Now you want to mention your X-axis. What is your X-axis? So in that case, what will you do is you have to first call your PLT, and then what are you going to do? You're going to give a name for your x-axis, right? So that x-axis can be called as x label. Okay, is it clear? So now you have to mention within the square, like quotation marks. So what you have to, what is the name that you want for your x-axis? Okay, let's consider I'm going to give a roll number. Okay, just for example purpose. Next, I'm going to give the y-axis name as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this y label. In this, I have to mention my, what do you say? Let's consider the marks. Can consider. Now, if you want to give a title for your whole plot, so then you have to use this plt dot title. Okay. Now, I've used this plt dot show, right? So whatever you have done, okay, what have you done? You have first given the coordinates. So now after having given the coordinates, what are you able to see? You're able to see you're what are you plotting? You're plotting plot a line graph, right? So to plot a line graph, you have to use this plot. Okay, not bar chart, not scatter plot. Okay, so plot is the name that you use to draw a line chart. Is it clear? So once this is done, with what data are you going to do? You have to mention your x and then y. So these are the coordinates, right? So make sure if you're going to have an extra number, let's consider you're going to have 6. Okay, this would not give because there is not an element present in the x-axis, right? With the 6th element. So in this case, would definitely give a error. So make sure you're going to have same number of elements in both the coordinates. Okay. So now after having come here, I've given the x-axis label as x-axis as a roll number and y-axis, that is y label as marks. Okay, and the title that I've given is plot, line plot, right? Now, if I want to do all these things, visualization, then I'm going to use this plt dot show. Okay, so what am I showing? I'm showing all the visualization customization that I have done. Okay, can we run this? So just hit that enter. Then here you will be able to see your line chart, right? So x-axis has your roll number. Next, okay. So x-axis is your roll number, y-axis is your marks, right? And this is your title. Is it clear? So this is the way to simply draw a line chart. Is it clear? Now let's learn about bar graph. Okay, is it clear? Now let's learn about bar graph. So don't worry, we're just letting ourselves know how to draw charts using coding. Okay, now this is done. I've named my paragraph. Let's draw. So let's find the what do you say? Let's find the values. Let's consider categories, right? So bar chart comes when you want to get the contribution, considering the different categories, right? So let's consider, I want to consider categories. Categories. Yes. So this is going to have, yeah, this could be fine. So I'm going to have, so what have I done? I have created a category. So these are all my classes or categories that I can consider. So in each of these, I have these values. What is that? So A has a value of 2. So B has a value of 3. C has a value of 5. Right? So now, if you want to put that into category, what is that bar graph? So what is that you want to use? You're going to use PLT dot just bar. So in case of line chart, okay, you are using only plot, right? But in case of bar chart, you have to use only bar. Okay, so I'll tell you, if you want to use this only bar, you're going to have the bars in the vertical form. Okay, now let's draw this. So with what are you going to draw the bar chart? You have to mention your values, right? The categories followed by the values. So first thing is what? You have to mention your categories, right? So this is done. Now what are the values that you have considered? This one, right? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. So that you have to mention. So once this is done, so now if you want to give your x-axis and then y-axis name, you can do that. And then you can also give your title as well. Okay, the only difference is that you have to mention this plt.bar and then you have to mention these values, that is categories, and with what category that you're going to, what is it, draw the charts with the values, right? Is it clear? Now if I'm going to run it, so automatically you have this bar chart, right? Isn't it? No, you don't want this vertical bar chart. Now you want an horizontal bar chart. So in that case, what will you do is you're going to use this bar H. Okay. So what does this represent? This represents the bars in the horizontal form. So is it clear? So this is the way to draw the charts. Yes. Now let's go to the next one. So these are just the small graphs. If you want to customize more and all, we can do it. Okay. Since we don't have much time, I'm just getting you introduced to how to use these charts and all. Now let's go to pie chart or like histogram. Let's go to histogram. So the only difference that we're going to have is just that plt.hist or plt.plot, these kind of things. Okay. So right. Let me run this. So how are you going to do it? Now, rather than creating a sample of numbers, okay, from 10 numbers to 50 numbers, so what we can do is we can directly, we did learn about this random concept, right? From NumPy, we were able to generate a random numbers given a range, isn't it? So in this as well, we can do it. How we can do it is, let's give a title, data set, what is it? A variable name called as new. Okay. So in this, what I'm going to have, I'm going to have only random numbers stored. So how is that? What is the code? You're going to use np dot random. So random is the module that you're going to use. And then if you want to only like whole number, then what will you do? You're going to use this rand n. Okay. Now you also have to mention your range, right? So what is the range? Let me consider 500. Okay. Now what is your range? Your maximum range is 500. So within that range, you want to have multiple values, right? Now if you want to, what do you say, draw the histogram. Okay, आपका maximum value है 500 ही है, right? So उसी से what we are going to do is we are going to draw some histogram, okay, like in a kind of groups. So to draw this plot chart like histogram, what we can do is we have to call this plt dot and then hist. So hist is the keyword to draw a histogram. So now you have to call your variable name, that is a list name or the array, right? So with this, what is the main thing? If you want to give your range or the groups, that you have to mention with the keyword called as bins. So how many bins do you want it? So that you have to mention with here as well. So you can consider 5. So now what have you done? You're going to draw PLT, then you're going to go for matplotlib and then draw this histogram, right? So with what data you're going to have the data with the new. So this is going to have a random values up to 100 plus 500. So in this, how many bins you're going to draw? You're going to have 5 groups, right? Now, if you want to go back and then add some X label, Y label and all, you can do that as well. Let's do that. PLT dot, yes, automatically it has come. Just for example purpose, I'm taking this. So your x-axis is going to have subjects, the y-axis is going to have marks. The title is going to be histogram. Okay, so let me run this. Yes, are you guys able to see histogram? Is it clear? So it has considered 5 bins. Okay, and if you sum all these things, it will definitely sum up to 500 itself. Is it clear? So what are you trying to see? It is like generated in what do you say? Generated the histogram, right? Is it clear? So here we can also consider like 3 bins as well. So automatically it is going to change. Is it clear? So randomly it is going to generate this data points. Is it clear? Next, we learned about line chart, we learned about bar plot, right? Now let's learn about pie chart. We didn't learn about pie chart, right? So let's learn about that pie chart. Now let's open this. Yes. So let's give a title as pie chart. So bins are nothing but how many groups you want to have. Okay, is it clear? So here, since I've considered 3 bins, let's consider only 3 groups, right? 1, 2, 3. Is it clear? So these are all the groups or the range of values. Okay, is it clear, guys? Open. Let me magnify it. Yeah, this is good. Now let's draw this. So to draw a pie chart, I've told you clearly, right? If you have any kind of categories below 50, like below 10 or below 5, then if you want to find the contribution or share of each share in each of these categories, then we're going to use this pie chart, right? So let's consider the subject and the marks. Okay, so let's consider subjects. Okay, or like we'll go to the we can go to categories. Okay, so in this I'm going to have, I'm going to have like fruits. Okay, I'm going to have vegetables. Any other thing? Clothes. Yes, so what have I done? I have created categories. In this category, I'm going to have fruits, vegetables, clothes, and then shoes. Okay, in this, if I want to find out how much of amount I have spent, okay, in the groceries, so that I'm going to give it as like expenses. Okay, so in this expenses, I'm going to mention the uh, values. So for fruits, I would have given 500. Okay, and for vegetables, I would have given close to like 300 I can consider, and for clothes I might have given 1000, and for shoes as well I would have given like 700. Okay, now I want to know how much of my income, okay, I have spent in each of these categories. Means then I will be going on with this pie chart. Okay, so PLT dot. So what is the keyword? You're going to use this pie. So with what data? So you have to mention your first values. What is with what value you're going to do is expenses, right? So this is your value. So with this itself, you will be able to find your contribution. So with what data that you're going to consider, you have to mention that with the labels. So what are labels? Labels are nothing but these one, that fried, like fruits, vegetables, clothes, we have these things, right? So that has to be under this labels. Okay. So let's mention that labels, and inside these we have to mention what is the variable. So here we have to consider categories. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? And also we can use this auto punch as. So what is an auto punches? I'm going to tell you. Okay. So here I'm going to use percentage. Okay, 1. So this dot represents how many floating values that you need. So let's consider initially I'm going to consider 2 floating values. So floating values are nothing but, so you will be getting the just a moment. So you will be getting this in terms of percentage, right? So now you want to have only this one in 1 decimal point percentage, in 2 decimal point percentage. Then you have to mention that in this auto punch. Okay, if you want 1 floating point, you can have 1, or if you want 2 floating points, you can do this with 2F. Okay, now let's give us the title as well. Okay, let's give it as my monthly expense. Yeah, monthly expense I can consider, right? So what have I done now? We have given a drawn pie chart, right? After having pie chart, we have also given the title. So let's draw this. So PLT dot show, right? Now let's draw this. Yes. Are you guys able to see the difference? So here you are able to draw the chart and also find. So where have you spent most of your money? You have spent 40% of your income in this clothes. Okay. And less percentage, less money in your vegetables. Is it clear? Now, are you guys able to see here? I have given everybody are able to see 12.00 percentage, 20.0 percentage, right? Now, you want to go back and then have 2 points, 2 floating one, then you have to mention this. So automatically you're going to have 2 decimal points. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Let me make it to some odd number. Yes. Are you guys able to see the difference? So when you're going to have this auto punch, okay, given this floating values, so if you want to have 2 decimal points or 1 decimal point, then you have to mention this here. Okay, is it clear, guys? So this is the way to draw the pie chart. Is it clear? I hope this is clear, right? This is just an introduction, guys, of how you can use this Matplotlib. I think you've got a clear idea, right? There are some multiple, you can also do customization, but it is going to take a lot of time if I'm going to start. So I'll just leave it here until this Matplotlib. Okay, so what we will do is, so now we are known with NumPy, Pandas, and then Matplotlib, right? Now let's do some pre-processing technique. Okay, so to draw this, to get into this pre-processing technique, which is almost similar to our EDA. Okay, so what are we going to do in EDA? We're going to explore our data, right? So once you've explored our data, you have to make some changes, right? Like remove a particular column or add a particular column, right? Or make some create a new column with an existing column. You can do all those things, right? So that is called as pre-processing technique. So what will you do? You're going to have your data set initially, that will be some kind of unstructured data, or you will have so many missing values, or what do you say, repeated columns. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to make sure you're going to remove that, isn't it? So the reason that you're going to do it is, once you have your good data, then only you will be able to get some insights, like clear insights. Is it clear? I hope this is clear, right? Break, sir. So auto punch is nothing but it is for you to, what is it, mention the how many uh, floating point that you need in your percentage. Is it clear? So if you want it for one floating values, you can that mention that. Okay. Or if you want two floating points, you can just mention that 2f percentage. Okay. I hope it's clear, right? Until now. So we started off with Python, right? So starting from Python meaning matlab variables. Then we learned with inbuilt data types like list, tuples. Like before that, we learned about some arithmetic and then logical operators, right? Some calculations. And after that, we dived into inbuilt data types, that is collection of sequential data, that is list, tuples, dictionary sets. Followed by, we also learned about conditional statements like if, else, elif, and then loops like while loop and then for loop. And finally, we ended with the functions. So right after we studied about functions, then we directly digged into libraries, that is NumPy, Pandas, then Matplotlib. So NumPy is mainly used when you want to consider a numerical calculations. So rather than typing every line of code every time, you can directly call that function name, right? So in the similar way, we also learned about pandas. So now once you have your data set, okay, if you have your table, now you want to analyze or you want to manipulate the data, then we are using this pandas, right? Next, once you have your data in your hand, you are able to draw some charts, okay, to analyze or understand how your data is about, right? So for that, we use this matplotlib. Is it clear? So now, yes, I forgot to mention, we also learned about EDA, right? Oh, so what is EDA? It's exploratory data analysis, right? So in this, we learned about each charts, its use cases. हम कब a chart use करना है, right? So we have to understand. Then only you will be able to have a good analysis. Is it clear? So now what we will do is we'll have a short break, and after that we're going to do some pre-processing. Okay, so pre-processing is very, very important. So given any data set, be it in machine learning, deep learning, or anything, the first thing is once you have a data, you have to clean it clearly. Okay, or pre-process it. Is it clear? So we'll do that in about 5-10 minutes. Is OOPS concept required for AML? It is not. I would say it would be better if you have that. Okay. Yes, guys, take a break for 5-10 minutes and then we will be right back to learn about pre-processing technique. Okay. Yes, Snehal, you thought I went fast. Just let me know where did you not understand. I'll just give you a recap. I think I went not that fast. I made sure I completed everything. Yes, yes, I'm going to share this. Don't worry. Yes, Deshmukh. Snehal Deshmukh. Okay, I think I have got, is it? Snehal. Which part? Snehal? हिस्टोग्राम. सो हिस्टोग्राम तो कुछ भी नहीं है. आप पहले आपके पास डेटा सैंपल रहना है, राइट? So once you have your data samples, now you want to group that into multiple categories, okay, or in different ranges. In that case, you're going to use this histogram. So it is just to find how many people or how much is the frequency in each of these groups. Okay, so you can also mention the groups, okay, by considering the bins. Is it clear? So to draw this, you have to use this plt.hist, and you also have to mention the data. Okay, followed by final thing is you have to mention how many groups or how many ranges. Okay, how many bins you want it have. Is it clear? You want to just show the. Okay, let me share my screen. You don't want to have any breaks. Okay, let me show. Yeah, this one. So this is my data that I have. So with this data, I'm going to create 3 bins. Okay, is it clear? Okay, cool, cool, Deshmukh. So take a break for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can start. So already our 4 minutes is gone. Okay. Yes, guys, hope everyone are back. Okay, so we'll do one thing. So you can create a new notebook called as data pre-processing. Yes, I think everybody have got a clear, like a good knowledge, right? Now the basics, the simple basics Python that you need. Okay, a bit of good knowledge in Python. Sorry, a NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. I advise you guys. So it's a humble request. It's not an order. Okay, I request everyone to go home and then practice all this NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. Okay, I've not went so deep because if I'm going to go, it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, as we don't have much time, so it is better we learn just the basics and then you can go ahead and then work on it. Okay, so having said that, so now let's do about this data pre-processing. Okay, so let me share my screen. I think we are done with this, right? So let's create a new notebook, and drive. Okay, just sharing this. Untitled. Yes, guys. Can anyone please confirm me? Am I audible? Am I? Yes. So there are so many libraries, Janavi. So if you want to take time here itself, we will not have much time to learn about machine learning concepts, deep learning, transfer learning as well. So this was just an introduction, like this was just the basics. So you can explore. Now let's do some data pre-processing. Name it, yeah. Okay. Data pre-processing. Okay. So now I have created it. Let me delete this. So I have done. So I request everyone to create a file like Google Colab, that is data pre-processing. So once I've done it, let me connect to the CPU. Okay. So in this, I've told you about doing this data pre-processing, right? So in this, what we will do is first to do this, we have to import our pandas, right? But let's import NumPy. So let's import NumPy as NP, and also let's import our pandas as well. Import pandas as yes, PD. Yes, so we have imported it. Now let's we can go ahead with the data set also. But initially, what I've done is I've created a sample data set and I've stored it in my notepad. So let me go and then copy that. What is that? Yeah. So here is my yes. So here is my data set. Just a moment. Yeah. So is it clear, guys? So here is my data set. So in this, what have I done is I have created, this is my data. Okay, the dictionary name. So inside these, I have name, age, gender, income, city, hashtag, and then debt amount. So what are these? These are all the column names. So right below these column names, I have these values, right? And if you're going to use see this, you have this np.nan, right? So what are this np.nan as? It is nothing but a not a number, meaning it's a kind of null value that we can consider. Is it clear? So this np.nan, it's like a null value. So if you see here, this is not a good consistent, this is not a good quality data, right? Because we have a null values, okay, isn't it? Not only in one column, but in multiple columns, isn't it? And if you see here, in coming to gender, so in gender as well, you have this female, right? And male. And if you see the male, you have two different types of male, right? One starts with the capital letter M and the other one starts with the small letter M, isn't it? So this represents what? This represents that this column gender is going to have three types of categories. Yes or no? So it is of not good quality, right? So we're going to do it. We are going to do some pre-processing technique, and coming to this as well, income as well, we have some null values, and city as well. We have these n values, right? So what are you guys able to see? You're able to see so many mistakes, so many missing values, so many not good quality, right? So now what we will do is, well, so we'll convert this data into a data frame. So to convert this dictionary into our table kind of thing, what is the thing that we're going to use? We're going to, let's consider DF. Okay, in this, what I'm, if you want to convert this into a data frame, that is into terms of tables. So nothing but rows and columns, right? In that case, I'm going to use pd dot data frame. Okay, so the spelling is wrong. Data frame, right? Okay, yeah, data frame. So with what data are you going to do? You're going to do it with this dictionary, right? So that you have to mention, right? So what are you doing? You're converting this data, okay, whatever the data that you have it in this dictionaries. So this dictionary data items will be converted into a data frame using this pandas and then stored in the variable called as df. Is it clear? Now you have done it, right? Now if you want to print out that, what you can use, you can directly use df. Okay, once you have done that, let's run this. Yeah, automatically you are able to see, right? So what are you guys able to see? You are able to see you have around 10 rows, okay, and then 7 columns, isn't it? Is it clear? Now if you want to print out the first 5 rows, what you can do, let's use this print and then print out a df, then you will be able to know how many rows and then columns you also will have. Your print, this shows what? This shows in the form of indexing as well, right? Now what have we done here? We have first imported our necessary libraries, NumPy and then pandas. Then I have data in the dictionary form. Then I'm converting that dictionary into a table form using this pd.data frame, which is nothing but a table kind of thing. Then I'm printing out all the data, right? Now in our data there are so many inconsistencies, right? Inconsistency meaning क्या है? हमको हमारा कोड हमारा डेटा में ज्यादा it is not of good quality. Yes, so in that case we have to do so lot of pre-processing, right? Now changing this, I've told you about imputation and all, right? Filling this null values with mean, median, mode, or changing a value or replacing with another value, everything we can be done, right? So let's do this. So first thing, let's explore about our data. So to print out our first 5 rows, what we can do, we can directly call pd dot head, right? So what does this is going to give? It is going to give you the first 5 rows, right? So if you don't specify anything, by default, हमको इधर 5 रहता है. Is it clear? Are you guys able to see the output? Isn't it? In a similar way, if you want to be very specific to the first, what do you say, 7 rows, then you have to mention that number. Is it clear? And moreover, guys, if you want to access a particular row or a particular column, this indexing is very, very important. Okay. So what does the 0 represent? This represents the 0th row. This first row has an index of 0, right? the second row as an index of 1. In the similar way, you'll have this first column as an index of 0, right? This second column, that is age, will have an index of 1. This gender column will have an index 2. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Now, if you want to learn about finding the tail, so what is you're going to do? You're going to use df dot tail, right? Let's consider 3. So you're going to give last 5 the data, isn't it? Now, we also used about to find the what are the statistical inferences, right? So if you want to find the minimum value, maximum value, 25% of the data, what does it have? Like 50% of the data, what does it have? If you want to find out, considering only the numerical value. So what is the keyword that we're going to use? Yes, guys. You want to have this data set? Let me share you in the chat. Yes, I think I'm not able to enter give all this because I'm able to use only 500 characters and this one is more than 500. So what can we do? I'll do one thing. I'll give the data until city. Okay. And then I'll give the remaining data as well. We can just copy it and then paste it in your notebook. Okay. This is still city data that I'm going to have. Next, let me give it from the remaining. Yes, guys. So I've given, I've shared the dataset in two forms because I'm able to type only 500 characters. Okay, that is the reason I've given the dataset in two chats. So please copy that and then paste it in your code. Okay. Okay, you want to share this into this one. I don't have the Telegram in my laptop. Just a moment. I'm going to do it. Are everyone able to get this data set? Are you all able to, or you want me to do it in Telegram itself? Because there will be so many other students as well. They might not know about this. Yes, know about it. I've shared, guys. Let me share it in the this one itself, chat itself, because I'll not be because there will be so many other students. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to share it in the my Q&A. You can just copy this. Okay. Right. Hope this is done. So let me go to my pre-processing technique. So once this is done, convert that into a data frame. After I have it done, give the display the first 7 rows and then display the last 7 rows. Now, I asked you to give the answer for this one, right? Right, guys? So I hope everyone are having here. Yeah, and shared, just having some network glitch. Now, I've asked you the question to know about your numerical, like considering your numerical column. Okay, if you want to find what is the count, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the standard deviation, how much is the variance, because the different columns, we were able to use this describe, right? As we had mentioned, let's go to the df dot describe, right? Isn't it? This is what we were able to use it, right? So describe. So what is this going to do? It's only going to display your numerical columns, right? So let me add here. It is going to consider columns, right? Isn't it? So in our data, we have age, income, and then debt amount, right? So it has given only the statistical inferences, like the mathematical calculations, for only these three columns, right? So now, if you want to get to know about including all the other thing as well, right? You are not sure, but this you don't want to know about this mean, median, and more, but you want to find the count, right? So if you want to find the count and all, you can use that for the categorical data as well. So how will you know it? Okay, so that is inclusive of numerical and categorical, right? So if you want to understand this, then you will be using what? Df dot describe. It's the same thing, but here you have to mention include. So include what? You have to include all, right? So that has to be mentioned within the quotation marks. Is it clear? So what this is going to do is it is going to consider all the columns and then give the description. Okay, now let's run this. Include, yes, dot describe. Any frame cannot be accessed with an include. This should have a this df dot going to describe, yes, include, right? Yes, automatically it has come. So you have to use this include and then all. Okay, is it clear? So what has it given? It has given the description of all the columns. So initially, if you don't specify this, right? Likewise, we did with the earlier. So we are able to see only the description. Okay. So is it clear, guys, about the description? Now let's learn about. We saw so many null values, right? This NaN and all. Sorry, here. That is added as a here, guys. So NaN is what is that? It's like a not a number, meaning you can consider as a missing value. Okay, now you want to do that. Your screen is stuck. So the same with all. Can you guys confirm me quickly? We don't have much time. Just a moment, guys. Vishnu, can you get my charger, please? Yeah, sure. So yes, guys. So now if you want to find out how many null values are there in each column, so there is one code, okay, that is you have to call your data frame, that is your table name, that is the spreadsheet or the Excel sheet that you have. Now in this one, if you want to find out how many null values you have, first you have to mention that null values, right? So just to consider that, you're going to use this is null, okay? So is null में कितना है हमको समझना हो तो हमको you have to use this sum then ended with the double quote brackets. Is it clear? So what am I doing? I'm going to my df, that is my data frame or the data table that I have. So in this, what I'm doing, I'm going to see all my null values. क्या क्या null values है उसको मैं add करूंगा each column में. Is it clear? Now, if I'm going to run this, I'm able to see in the name column, I'm having one null values, that is this one. Where is that? Yeah, if you see in the name, I have this NaN, right? So this is this one null values. Is it clear? In the similar way for 2, in the age for age 2, for gender 1, income 1, city 1. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? I hope everyone are doing with me. I think just a moment. Can you ask the team to call Vinay? So yes, guys, are everyone doing it? Can I get a confirmation in the chat Q&A? Yes or no? Why? Yes, yes, yes. Great, great, guys. So what are we able to see? We are able to see how many null values we have, right? So once we have the null values, right? Let's call our data frame table. So these are table name, right? These are our table. Now, if you want to go back, I've told you, right? You can fill these null values. You can fill these null values, right? Yes. So how are we able to do it? I told you we can do that by the concept called as imputation, right? So imputation is nothing but you're going to fill these null values with mean, median, mode, or any other aggregations. Okay. So for that, with what column? Let's get on with age that we have. Okay. So or let's go to the our name column. Okay. So in the name column, if you want to change anything, we are not known with this NAN, right? But if you want to convert that by giving any kind of a name, other name, so let's consider rename this NAN with unknown. Okay. So how do we do that? Is first thing is you have to consider in which column you have to make the changes, right? So in this, I'm going to make the changes in my name column, right? Isn't it? Is it clear? Now, what I'm going just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment, guys. Let me share my screen. Oh, I hope my screen is visible now, right? Just a moment. Yes, yes. So let me come again from first. So what I'm doing is since we have a like none value that is NaN, not a number. So what I'm going to do is that has to be filled with some other feature, right? Or the value. So that how am I doing it? I'm first going to my df.name column. Okay. So after having gone, what am I doing? I am going to my column name that is under the table name df. Okay. And right under the column name. Okay. So what am I filling that with? I'm filling that with the value called as unknown. Right? Is it clear? So if I'm going to run this, I have to reconnect. Let me run it from first. So if you're having this reconnect, so whatever the, if you're going to go here and then run this, it will not happen. Okay. So everything will not be changed. For that reason, you have to go back and then run each cell from first. Is it clear? This is done. Now I was here, right? So let's me run this. So now let's see our data frame. Yeah. Are you guys able to see here? Although initially we had NaN, right? It's like a null value. It's not a number. So here, what have we done? We have replaced this unknown value with the a new value that is called as unknown. Is it clear? Now age column is done. Now let's go to the name column is done. Now let's go to the age column. So in age column, we have 1 and then 2, isn't it? So in this, if you see, we have these values 25, 32, 45, and then these, right? So if you want to fill this with NaN, you can go ahead with what aggregation? Can anyone tell me? Can we go ahead with mean, median, or mode? Which one? We can go ahead with, I would go with median because what is the mid value considering all the values? We can consider that, right? So to do that, what we have to do is in the similar way, just like we did for name, we have to first select our age, okay, column name. So it is an age, right? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go again with my age column. Okay, so what I'm going to fill it with, I'm going to fill, okay, that null value with what? Here you can't directly mention median because if you're going to directly consider median, in which column are you going to consider? You have to be specific to the column, right? Isn't it? Oh, I forgot. Isn't it? So here what you have to do is you have to mention the column name that you want to do this median. So median, mean, median, model, it does need some kind of numerical numbers, right? So in this case, what you have to do is you have to go to and then select the column name that you want to have. So I'm going to go for age, right? Right. So in this age, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the median. Okay. Is it clear? So that also has to be within the marks. Why am I having this? Okay. Yes. Is it clear? So what have I done? I'm going to fill these null values. Okay. With the median. So how am I going to do? This is my end column, right? So I'm going to first consider my age column and then fill that with the median from the age column itself. Okay. So you have to, since this is a numerical column, we have to mention that because you're considering median, right? Is it clear, guys? Now, if you see, if I run this, you're not going to have this NaN, okay, here, but you're going to have a median value for these second row, the third row, and then seventh row. Okay, let's run this. Now let's print our df. Yes, guys, are you guys able to see the difference? So initially you had this NaN. Now, but since you have used some pre-processing technique called as imputation by considering median, you have this null values being filled with this column, right? 31 and then 31. Is it clear? So this is what the median, the middle value considering all the ages. That is what it has considered. Okay, we can also consider median as mean as well. Not a problem. Is it clear? Now we have done with this name, age, and then let's go to the gender later. Okay, now we'll go to income. Okay, so income कैसे कर सकते हैं? It is the same case, but here we will be filling that with the mean. Okay, so let's do that. So BF colon guys, make sure whatever the column name that you have, okay, आपका कैसे रहता है वैसा ही रहना है. Okay, you can't be changing with capital letters, small letters, or not. Is it clear? Now this is done. This is my column to be changed. Now I'm going to consider my column name. So what is that? I have to make changes in my income. So how am I going to fill it? I'm going to fill it with the mean, right? So what is the code? I have to again open a bracket and then with what column? I have to consider the income, right? So what is the aggregation that I'm going to consider? Guys, I have to mention that, right? So that is dot mean. Is it clear? So what does this represent? So you're going to have an income column. Okay, this income column we have, right? We have this NaN, right? It's not a number. So this will be filled with the mean of considering all these incomes. Is it clear? Now let's also have this df in the same cell itself, and then see the output. Yes, are you guys able to see the output? So this Eve, like this Eve, has an average income of 55,000, right? 54,666, right? Is it clear? So in this way, we can make all the changes. Is it clear, guys? Now, if you come here, let's go to this debt amount. Debt amount is clear. We forgot about this gender, right? So let's fill this gender as well. So since we have this NAN, right? So we have to fill this. So how are we going to do is everybody would have definitely heard of this term mode, right? Mode is nothing but a particular value being present multiple times, right? The most repeated one. So in this, what we are going to do is we are going to use this TF. Okay, we're going to change our gender column. So let's consider the gender. Okay. So in this, what are you going to do? You're going to change your DF column itself, right? You're going to consider changing, right? So let's consider your gender. Yeah, gender. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to fill it, right? So how are you going to fill it? You're going to fill it with the mode, right? So how will you do it? You have to use this DF and then mention the column name. So from this, what are you going to use? You have to use mode. Okay. So now, if you're going to use this mode and then enclose within the round. Okay. So what does this round is? Let's consider you have this female, male. You have this female, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. In the similar way, if you have male as well as for 4 count. Okay. आपका मेल भी 4 काउंट ही है, फीमेल भी 4 काउंट ही है. अब इस टाइम में if you're going to consider mode, which one is going to consider? Is it male or female? In this case, what we are going to do is it is going to consider the first mode. Either it can be female or male. How does this? What does this one represent as? If you're going to have same number of elements, okay, like mode being the same for female and then male, but you want to only have the first one. In that case, you have to use the zero. So what is the zero? It is the index of the first mode. Okay. Since we don't have the female and then male with the same mode, you can go with the zero itself. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? So I'm filling this gender column, okay, with the mode, okay. So that is with the most repeated one, and let me print this as well. Yes. Are you guys able to see? So this fourth column, that is Eve, okay, has been given the gender as male. Is it clear? Why male? If you see MALE, capital M, capital M, capital M, capital M, capital M, right? So here we have 5 mode, like the 5 is the mode, right? Now consider for female, like capital F, capital F, capital, only 3, isn't it? Is it clear? So it has considered mode as the 7, and whatever the data that it has, that has been printed here. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Now, if you see, we have this city, right? In city as well, we have this NAN, right? So you can't directly enter a particular, what do you say? You can directly fill this with some other city. Either it can be Los Angeles, Chicago, New York. How you have done it, right? With the name here, just replace like any value, not a number, that is a missing value, with fill num with the given a value, right? Here I've considered unknown. The similar way you can consider this as well for city. But instead, we also have another thing called as F fill. So what does the F fill is? It is going to fill from the forward. So whatever there it is in your the previous one, okay, that will be considered for the next one. Okay. So how does the code happen? Says so. Let me go and then change it to my city. So let me go city. Now this is what I'm going to make changes. Now I have to consider the city name, right? So city, I'm going to consider So how I'm going to fill? I'm going to use this fill, F fill. So what does this F fill is going to do is, it is going to go to the previous one. Okay. So wherever it is, let's consider you have this null values, right? So whatever it is there in the previous one, so that will be given. Let's consider in case of Chicago, you have this NAN. Okay. It's like a missing value. So what this, just by using this F fill, what this will do is, it is going to consider the city that is previously there. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Let me show you the output, then you'll be able to understand. Yes. Are you guys able to see? So, in case of here, the Frank was under the city NaN, right? Now, after using this F fill, forward fill, what this is going to do is, it is going to consider the value from the previous one. That is from Los Angeles, it's there, right? So that will be given to this NaN if you're going to use this F fill. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Yes. Which one? Okay, let me explain this. So what does this F fill is? It is going to fill from the previous one. So how it's going to do is, so let's consider the city column. City column has this NaN, right? It's like a null value. Okay. Now you want to make some changes. Fill this with another value. So how you can do is, you can directly go and then specify this column name and then replace it with a value, right? As we did in here, like in case of name we did, right? So right under the column of name, we have this NaN. So whenever you're going to find this null value, replace that with the unknown, right? That's the name. Now you can do this as well. आप ऐसे भी बना सकते हैं, or there is also another way called as this one, F fill. So what this is going to do is, first you have to consider the column name. Okay. So what are the changes that you're going to make it on the right side, that has to be updated in your left side, right? So what are the changes that you're going to do it? First thing, you are considering the column name, right? So after you have considered, right, you have to fill it. How are you going to fill it? That is F fill. So what is this going to do is, it is going to consider the value. So let's consider you have this NaN here, right? So it is going to have the value which is previously there. आपको पहले क्या डेटा रहता है ना, वो डेटा को ए नन वैल्यूज का रहता है ना, उधर डालना है. Okay. So let's consider in place of Chicago, you have again you have NaN. Okay, null value. So what this will do is, it is going to fill New York. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Extension box. Is it clear? I hope it's clear, right? Everyone, can't show the screen. It is visible, right? Yes, guys, can I get a confirmation from me? Can you repeat? We are not doing anything, Pratik. What we are doing is, we are filling this NaN, that is the missing value, with the F fill. You can also use it, or fill a number. Okay, fill the null values given the another attribute or a given value. Okay. Now what I am doing is, I am using this F fill. So what does this F fill is going to do is, it is going to give the, so whenever it finds a null value, जब ये वो null value find करता है, that is NaN, what this will do is, what is the value that is previously available, that will be given to that will be added. Is it clear? So initially either we have this NaN, right? But once we use this F fill, so what is the NaN been replaced with? It has been replaced with Los Angeles, right? So why Los Angeles? Because we have this F fill. So what does this F fill is going to do? It's going to go back and then get the data from the previous row and then fill it here. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Now let's go. I think we are done with name, age, gender, income as well. And city has also been changed. Now let's go on with the has debt and then debt amount as well. So has debt also has this NaN, right? So if you see, we have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we have this mode. So if we want to replace this NaN, what we can do? We can use mode, right, to fill this hasdet, isn't it? Or directly we can use fill this value with this fill, and let me show you. So I'm going to change this det, right? So what is the column that you're going to use? You're going to use hasdet. Okay. So in this, if I want to make some changes like filling this NaN, what I'm going to do is I have to first include my column name. Yes. If you see here, you can use this by considering mode. Why mode? Since you are able to see this yes being repeated multiple times, I can consider mode as well, right? Or else, what is the other thing you can consider? You can also consider this by replacing a particular value. Since you already know that yes is being repeated multiple times, you can directly go and then type in yes. Okay, is it clear? And then you have to close it as well. Is it clear? It's clear, guys. So what am I doing? I'm replacing this null value with yes. So let me run. Is it clear? So all our columns are being done. We are only left with the debt amount, right? So let's fill this as well with 0. Since we have debt amount as 0, 0 in multiple places, right? We can replace that with the, what do you say, 0. So let's fill that as well. So for that, what is the thing that we're going to do? We're going to use just fill 0, right? So now let's include our debt amount. Yes, automatically has come. So what am I doing? I am going to change my debt amount column. Okay, I'm going to replace this null value, that is not a number value, with 0. So what am I doing? I'm going to my data frame, that is my table name. I'm considering the debt amount column name. So in this, what am I doing? I'm filling what? I'm filling the null values with 0. Is it clear? So this changes has been stored into my this data frame, updated one. Now if I want to print out, right? So everything is changed. Yes. In this example, in this table, are you guys able to see any kind of what do you say, null values? No, right? We have done everything, right? Now we'll go back and then see if we are having any kind of null values. So what is the code? We initially we code it, right? Initially to find the null values, we are going to use this is null, right? And you want to find how many null values you have, you can use this, right? Let's run this and then find. Yes. Is it clear? Now what is the table that we're going to have? We are having no null values, no inconsistencies are there, isn't it? Is it clear, guys? So initially, if you're going to go back and then see, initially here, what did we have? We had so many null values, right? Not a number values. So we changed all these columns by considering mean, median, mode, or replacing, or filling what is that, forward filling, with all those things, right? So once we did all these things, then we can have that. Then we can say that our data set has no any kind of null values, isn't it? Now, if you also observe our this one, what do you say, gender, this has female and then female. These are two different things, right? This female starts off with capital letter and then this female starts off with small letter, right? Similarly for male, this one in fourth row and then fifth row, right? It's like second row. So now you also want to make this change. So if you want to make this change, there is a thing called as, meaning what are all the data point elements that you have under a particular column. Okay, now if you want to make the first character as the capital letter and remaining all the characters as small letter, then we have a code called as, that is str.title. So how are you going to do it? Let me show. First, in what column we are going to make the changes? Want to make the changes in gender, right? So let me consider gender. Yeah, gender. So what are you going to do with this? You're going to make changes with the gender column. Let's consider the gender as well. So how are you going to do it? So you're going to have, by using this dot str, so all the strings, okay, you can directly use, if you're going to use capitalize, all the data elements will be, all the data that you have, right, it will be converted into capital, right? Now if you don't want to have this capital letter but want only the first letter to be capital, what you can do is you can use str dot title. Is it clear? So what this will do, this will convert the character. Okay, the first character would be the capital letter and the remaining character would all be small letters. Okay, are you guys able to see the answer output here? So initially we had one small letter, capital letter, small letter, capital letter, right? But right after using this str, like we are giving the title. So title would definitely be starts with the capital letter, right? In the same way we are having this. Is it clear, guys? I think it's clear, right? Yes. I think these are just imputations. So later we also have this feature scaling, label encoder, one hot encoder and all. We'll do that once we're going to learn about machine learning concept. Is it clear? As we don't have much time, if possible, we can start that, what is that? Some pre-processing technique using label encoder. We have one hot encoding and all, we can do that. But don't worry. Did you guys get the some kind of idea how to change the null values, do some imputations and all? The similar way, since we have this, what do you say? Since machines can't learn about these categories, right? Machines only know about numbers, right? That is 0 and 1, isn't it? Or any numbers. The similar way, we are going to let the machines, we are going to convert these categorical values, that is, we have male, female, names and all, right, into some kind of numbers. Okay. For that, we are going to use one hot encoder, label encoder, and all these things. Okay. Is it clear, guys? We're going to do it. Let's consider if time permits, we can do it in the next class, or else when we're going to learn about machine learning, right? Projects building some machine learning algorithms, then we can do this. I hope this is clear, right? So this is just a simple way to do some data pre-processing. The last thing is you'll be doing some feature engineering. Feature engineering and nothing but you're going to create new columns or new features. Okay, by considering multiple columns. Okay, and you will also know which is the which column has the greatest impact. Okay, great impact considering all the other columns. Okay, and also the most important thing is since machines can't learn about characters, so that characters or the like letters or the alphabet, that we are going to convert into numbers. Either it can be 0 and 1. Okay, that is done using label encoder, one hot encoder and all. Is it clear? I hope this is clear. We'll do one thing, as this is the final session. We'll just have a one short quiz. Just give me a moment. Yes, guys, if you. Okay, guys, I think we will not have much time. Yes, guys, do you have any questions? Just let me know. Yes, guys, I am going to ask, guys, it is time like 4:07. I'm going to start the quiz now. It might drag 10 minutes more, so it would be better if you would end this. Don't worry, please go home and then practice. So what I will do is I'm going to share the Google Colab notebooks in our Google Drive. Okay. I think syllabus will be shared to you, Mohit. Don't worry. In your portal itself, it will be shown. Yes, guys. How was the session? Did you guys enjoy? So until now, we have covered starting from basics, that is basics of Python and a bit of libraries, Pandas, NumPy, and then Matplotlib, and also we did some data pre-processing. Not much, but good that we did something. Okay, a bit fast, Janavi. Don't worry, you go home and then practice. If you're having any kind of issues, don't forget to let me know. Okay, I'll definitely help you out. But please have a practice. Okay, then only you'll be able to get to know about what do you say, some errors. Okay. Yes, Laksha, please, please. You can leave the session and have your lunch. I told you, right? You can have it by your side. Yes, guys, I'm going to share the file. Let me do it now itself so that I'm not forget it later. Yes, guys, I've uploaded the files in the what is it, Google Drive. You can go and then have a look. So I humbly request, not order, to go home and then practice. Okay, this is not the uh, this is not the enough. You can go home and then practice more. You can get the recorded sessions in the Telegram group, guys. No, Abir will not have any quiz today. Yes, I'll also upload the PPT as well. Don't worry. Yes, ED as well has been uploaded. You can refer that. Tomorrow, yes, guys, please and listen. So tomorrow we are not going to have this training, but we are going to have doubt clearing sessions. Okay, like it's called as AMA session. Ask me anything. Okay, ask me anything. Is it clear, guys? Sir, can you change the color of the table? Vegetable Kushi. Sir, quiz will be on which platform? So it will be. I'll let you know if you had attended the first quiz that we had. Okay, it was in Quiz Ease. Okay, you can directly scan. My mentor is going to share you the QR code. You can directly scan it. Then you'll be able to join into the quiz. Or else you can get into the joinmyquiz.com and then enter the code. Okay, you'll automatically be redirected to that quiz. समझा? Yes. Okay, guys. So syllabus I can't be sending it because you'll be getting to know from our operations team itself. Nice. Okay, guys. Have a great weekend. Okay. We'll hope to meet on Monday. Okay, at 2 in the sharp 2 o'clock. Okay, please make sure to enjoy every moment. Then please go home and then practice for at most 10 to 20 minutes of your 48 hours. Is it clear, guys? Yes, if you have any doubts, I'll be here. Sarku Khan. Who is this Sarku Khan? I don't know, Mohit. I am very okay. Thank you, Mohit. Thank you, Vedant. I'm trying to improve. Yes, guys, have a great weekend. Yes, yes, you will get to know the class meeting in the session in the Telegram group or as in your to your email address. Please make sure to attend. Okay, sir, where are you from? So I'm from Tamil Nadu, right? Not project knowledge. It's like doubt clearing session. Okay, it is AMA. It is meant for anything. Ask me anything. Okay, sir. Snehal. Thank you, Snehal. Although I'm not from like North Indian state, I'm trying hard to learn. Yes, guys, thank you so much. Bye bye.